everybody, welcome back to my channel. So listen, when you've been obsessed with Perfect Dark for as long as I have, you kind of start to feel like a digital archaeologist. Over the years, I have scoured the darkest and dustiest corners of the internet to come up with some of the most awesome and random Perfect Dark treasures the internet has to offer. From fan submissions to old press photos, and even the occasional developer leak. Today we're going to be just scratching the surface. I've picked out a handful of some of my favorites to show you guys, and I'll do my best to explain the what, the when, and the why does this even exist of each one. So let's get into it. Okay, so starting out small, we have an envelope. I know, glamorous, right? But this wasn't just any envelope, it has Joanna Dark printed on the front of it. I stumbled across this picture back in late 2023, downloaded it, and by the time I went to go check on it again, poof, it had disappeared into the void. And that's just the thing with Perfect Dark promotional stuff, so much of it just isn't archived. Who in 2005 thought, oh yeah, I better save this branded envelope, because it's definitely going to be worth something in 20 years. Spoiler, nobody. So now it's like digital cryptid hunting. I don't think I'll be adding this one to the collection anytime soon, but it's such a weird little thing that I thought I had to share it. Next up, one of my favorites, a photo from the Xbox 360 Singapore launch party at the Red Dot Museum in March of 2006. I got a stack of pictures from this event, but this one always stood out. That Joanna model is awesome. The costume is pretty accurate, although it's missing the jacket, which I personally thought was one of the most iconic parts of the outfit. But hey, points for effort. Nothing will ever top the live-action commercial, but it's still really cool to see. Makes you wonder, where do these costumes and props even go after events like this? Are they in some warehouse Indiana Jones style, or did some random guy throw it into his garage and forget? Either way, I want it. At number 3, we've got something special. Concept art of Joanna from the cancelled sequel Perfect Dark Core, sometimes called Vengeance. This was around 2006, and the idea was that they were going to make a follow-up game in the same spirits of the original. It actually got far enough that by 2008 there was at least one finished level, but Microsoft never greenlit it, and it went into the graveyard with a lot of other Perfect Dark sequels. Joanna's look in this is super interesting. New outfit, new hair tweaks, but always keeping the same lighter hair in the front. Core is a wild rabbit hole, so if you want me to do a full video on it, let me know, because I have a lot more where this came from. Okay, now, this one is so good. Back in 2000, when Nintendo was promoting the original N64 Perfect Dark, they hired the beautiful model Michelle Merkin to play Joanna Dark. She even did appearances, like at an electronics boutique down in Santa Monica. There are a lot of promotional shots of her, and even a commercial. Honestly, she nailed it. She definitely has the look down, from the hair to the eyes that pierce through my soul. And it really makes me wish that they'd bring back live-action models to promote video games. I mean, what's cooler than going to go buy a game and meeting the main character in the process? And last, but certainly not least, we have some amazing stuff from Kevin Bayless's Twitter. If you don't know him, he's one of the original Rare artists. He did concept work for both Perfect Dark and Zero. He's an absolute legend. These images are early mock-ups and renders for Joe and potential box art. Some you'll recognize and some are totally new. The box art mock-up in the top right, super interesting. And that Joanna model with the questionable hairdo, let's just say I'm glad they didn't go with that one. What I love is that Elvis still shows up. If you look closely, his reflection is in Joanna's eye in the final artwork. Tiny details like this are just so cool to see. So yeah, that's just a handful of some of the weird and wonderful Perfect Dark artifacts I've hoarded over the years. Honestly, it was hard narrowing it down to just 5, so if you want a part 2, drop a comment and I will happily dig back into the vault. Don't forget to do all those YouTuber things everyone's always been talking about. Let me know which one of these blew your mind the most, and until next time, have a perfectly dark day.